guys, I hope you're good. Just thought I'd do a short segment while I'm driving here. Okay, today I want to talk about why it's important to study classical music regardless of what genre you're into. Okay, so a lot of the time, when you're into a particular genre, when you study the musicians and the music, that's all you get most times is the music and the stylistic elements behind the music, but you never get technique out of it. Why do you need technique? You need a good technique because you need to be able to do whatever that your mind is giving you at that moment. If you have an idea, a musical idea that you want to execute, you cannot afford to be limited by your fingers or by your vocal cords in any way, or by any part of your body. Let's say if you're a drummer, for instance, whatever you want to execute, whatever idea that is in your mind, should you want to do it, you should be able to do it. But you cannot if you don't have good technique. And one of the simplest ways to acquire good technique is to simply learn classical music. I did a bit of classical studies myself. I'd like to go back because now, since I stopped, a lot of the cool things I was able to do then I can't do anymore. So you want to start there. You really want to start working on your technique. And so if you do, why classical music? I'll tell you why. With classical music, you're studying the instrument first before the music. If you're a vocalist, then you're studying your voice. If you're a pianist, then you're studying the piano. You're studying how human fingers work and get the best out of a piano. You're studying the instrument itself. Classical music came at a time when a lot of the instruments that we play were still new. So a lot of the guys had to figure out what these instruments were about and how to get the most out of them. Because people just made instruments not knowing the lengths or how far you can take an instrument. So these guys needed to see how far the human body could go in terms of getting the most out of an instrument, and also the best way to go about it, from beginner stage to advanced stage. So that is why classical music stands out from the rest, in terms of developing you to master your instrument. That is it, getting the most out of it without injuring yourself as well. A lot of guys try to get to a level of virtuosity without having the right technique and end up injuring themselves. And the doctor says, sorry, you can no longer play piano, or you can no longer play it for more than an hour at a time. You've damaged certain, you see. So if you go to the classical training, you avoid stuff like that. And that's all I would recommend. And if you're, let's say for instance, a drummer, I'm not really sure if they have classical, because classical music, because a lot of the stuff was written before what we know as a modern drum kit was assembled today. So I don't know if that would work, but I've been told that if you get into jazz and Latin, it'll pretty much prepare you for anything that gets thrown your way. So I would say, with my limited knowledge, recommend that as well. Really get into that stuff. Yeah, but just consider it, guys. If you really want to reach your peak, that's the simplest way to do it. The most grueling, but also the simplest. Yeah, cheers, have a good day.